Hello, I'm Ken Yeager, Santa Clara County Supervisor, and I'm here at Coyote Lake Harvey Bear Ranch County Park. I'm on my 6th hike of the 7 magnificent hike that the county is sponsoring. If I can remember the first 5 that I've had here, the first one was Villa Montavo, and then Grant Ranch, Stevens Creek, Sanborn, Mount Madonna, and this one. And this is the Mummy Mountain Hike. And I'm just so thrilled that the county Parks Department is putting on these hikes. You get a great shirt after you've done them, but it really is a wonderful way to explore the incredible county parks that we have. I should also say that the trails that we have in the parks are really great, and it's really my great honor to be with the person from the Parks Department who is the trail coordinator and has been responsible for building the trails and expanding the whole system for the last 16 years, although he's worked for the Parks Department for 32 years. And so this is Greg Bringelson, and welcome. And here we are in a park that I know you love.
I love this place.
And if you really want to talk a little bit about the trail system that we have and some of the explorations that people can do when they come to our parks.
So the one thing about Coyote Lake, I think that's really neat that the trail system has been built out over in the last 10 years, is we have camping at Coyote Lake, we have boating, equestrian, mountain biking. It's a great place and close to home for all activities if you would like to stay close to home. So I think one of the great things about this place is that we were allowed to kind of not accept existing ranch roads and kind of build more recreational trails that were a little more conducive to mountain biking and equestrians and hikers. So exploring this property was just a thrill, and the excellent staff that I have, Eric McFarland, Joe Morton, Jeff Faulkner, Jim Gua, and Anthony Rowe, along with great help from the California Conservation Corps and the San Jose Conservation Corps, helped make this a reality. So, I think our planning division and the different groups in the county parks, how we work together to make these things become real, is a testament to our great leadership, and very pleased to be a part of it. And it's been a great ride. I'm kind of heartbroken a little bit that I'm leaving, but I've also put in my 32 years, so it's time to come out and enjoy them as a civilian.
Yeah, this is a tremendous park. It's quite large. It's sort of east of Gilroy, is one way to sort of put it. It's actually 6,700 acres, including the 450-acre Coyote Lake, and there's 33 miles of trails, half of which then were built under your tenure. Now, I know that there's 4 different ways to enter the park. Maybe you could talk about that, and depending on what you wanted to see, would determine which entrance you would take.
Sure. I think the access from San Martin is probably the most popular. Right off the freeway, I think a mile and a half off of 101, so that's kind of a great draw to that trailhead. There's the Mendoza trailhead, which if you come out of Gilroy up Roop Road, kind of gets you into some of the more remote areas right away. You can also enter through the pay station down at the campground, and then there's an access from the campground which will get you to this trail. And then you can go down to the end of the dam, and that'll get you on the far end. The wildflower displays in this park in the spring are just absolutely stunning. So the access from the dam and from the San Martin are kind of very popular during the spring months. The winter we had this year was really challenging for us in the trails business because we've had so much water that we hadn't seen in so long. Kind of reinitiated us what hard trail work is going to be like, because we've got a lot of it and we still got a couple trails closed. So this park weathered pretty well. I think we did okay here. I think I would like to think that's a testament to the construction and the layout and design of our staff. I think they do a great job, and I know Santa Clara County has become known as one of the leaders in the trails business in the state of California. We've received a couple of awards. One was for the trail development here at Coyote Lake Harvey Bear Ranch. We also received a trail development award for the John Nicholas Trail over at Sanborn, so we're very proud of that. And I think, again, that's a testament to the professionalism and the skills and the expertise of our staff, and I think it's a nice feather in the cap to have.
Yeah, congratulations on that. And certainly because of the rain, certainly the lakes and the reservoirs just look fantastic,
yes,
as opposed to when they were quite lower over the last couple of years. And people can boat here, and there's a campground, so really it's a great place if you want to spend the weekend. Why travel the world when really very close to San Jose and the population there and all the other cities? You can just sort of come down here. If you want more information on Santa Clara County Parks and Recreation Department, you can visit their website, which is www.parkhere.org, or on Facebook at Santa Clara County Parks. You could follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Soup Ken Yeager, and on Instagram at soup.kenyeager. And you know, if at the bottom of the Facebook screen there, where it says you can write a comment, if you have a question or if you want to make a comment, you can just type it in there, and we'll get back to you when we get back into the office. Now, I assume this is there are going to be a lot of summer jobs, perhaps, for people to come, or certainly permanent jobs as well, to work on all these trails and working in the park. Could you talk a little bit about how if people are interested, where they can get information?
Sure, yeah. I think on our website, www.parkhere.org, I think we have job opening announcements on there. I've kind of found, and I've hired several people this way, is they come to us as volunteers on trails, and they express an interest in how do they get in, and we get to know them. We see that they really love what we're doing, and then I've hired several of them as seasonals, and several of them have gone on to be hired permanently. I know with the San Jose Conservation Corps and the California Conservation Corps, along with the volunteers that are interested in parks, we highly encourage them to kind of take to get involved in the West Valley College Park Management Program. I'm a product of that program. All my crew staff is a product of the West Valley College program. I think it's a great start. It's kind of a 2-year degree, gets you in. If you want to go into the 4-year college, that you can go from there. But I think a nice place to start is volunteering and internships. And then you get a real, heavy dose of what parks are all about, especially in the summer months when we're really busy. You can kind of see what you're getting into. I think, one of the sayings that I've always really enjoyed about my tenure in parks is, if you love what you do, you're never going to work another day in your life. And I think that's been true, and I think my guys kind of buy into that as well. Plus the legacy of building trails, and I think there's so much satisfaction in doing this kind of public service. I think that if you want to get into parks and that's kind of what you're looking to get out of it, I think you won't have a bad day here.
Well, and how nice that it is at West Valley
Community
College. I mean, it's so close.
Yep.
People travel all over the state to be able to attend and get that degree, which certainly helps you very much if you want to work in the county parks.
Right.
So now I've got a very hard question for you, Greg. Very hard question. I assume you've probably hiked at some point all 400 miles?
I've hiked every mile of trail in these parks.
All right, so of all of the trails that you've hiked, what's your favorite?
It's hard to pick a favorite because I think every park kind of has a unique thing that draws you to it. Ubis Canyon in the winter months is awesome. Mount Madonna in the winter months, or even summer when you want to get out of the heat. The New Almaden Trail over at Almaden Quicksilver is a great one. One you just hiked recently was the Lookout Trail over at Montalvo. I grew up in that area. I have a real affinity for that park. I've gone to that park since I was a little boy, so I think that's what kind of got in my head. I want to be getting into parks when I get older. I think Grant Ranch has some draw. There's some nice trails. If you want to get it out into the area that feel like you're a million miles from San Jose, Grant Ranch is a nice place to go.
Yeah.
So it's hard to say to pick a favorite one, but I think the Waterfall Loop Trail at Ubis have to be there. If I have to pick one, it's that one.
Okay. All right. Well, again, I'm County Supervisor Ken Yeager, and I'm here with Greg Bringelson, who is the trail coordinator for the Parks Department. I'm doing the Mummy Mountain hike. This is the 6th of the 7 magnificent trails, and if you hike all 7, then you get this great shirt, and you can get some more information about that from the hashtag Picks in the Park to Win, and then you can learn how to do it and send in the photos, and then you get the commemorative shirt. What's some unique aspects of some of the parks that people may not know about? And so if they're sort of planning a beautiful weekend to go to a park, which one might be, which couple of them might be a good starter for them?
I think this is one of them.
Yeah.
I think, like we mentioned earlier, all the activities here, it's kind of got everything you'd want in a park. It's got boating, it's got fishing, you got hiking, you have bicycling, equestrian riding. I think this would be a destination park that we have local. I don't think a lot of people realize that we have this kind of facility in our area.
It's beautiful, by the way. It's just a beautiful hike.
Yeah, you don't have to go far. You don't have to travel to the Sierra. You don't have to get down to Big Sur. I mean, those are great places and everything. But if you're on a budget and you want to stay close to home, you can get your money's worth here.
Excellent, excellent. And again, you can follow me on Facebook and Twitter at Soup Ken Yeager, and on Instagram at soup.kenyeager. Well, I know that your time comes to a close. Any last sort of little projects that you're trying to wrap up before the end of the year?
Well, we have a mountain bike park we're trying to get off the ground over at Sanborn. I think that was one thing that I'd like to see kind of well on its way. I think some of the issues that we kind of deal with mountain biking is that they want a little more challenge, and we're not, when we're building shared use trails, it's hard to provide that kind of experience that they would like. So I think the mountain bike park over at Sanborn, I think getting a little further into the Clara trail system, we've built 9 of the projected 26 miles of trails there, so that's going to be well on its way. I kind of look forward to coming back as a volunteer and hiking those trails, and I'll try to keep my mouth shut and not second guess anything. But I think just coming back as a volunteer and working on the trails, which I've enjoyed doing. I think my favorite experiences working on the crew and being in trails was out doing the work, the handwork and the equipment work, and doing the administrative side has been fun and challenging, and it's very, very rewarding. But I think getting involved in volunteering and doing what I admired our volunteers, I admired them so much for coming out and do the kind of things they do for us for free, just because they love us.
Yeah.
They love parks.
No, this is fantastic. I'm so glad you could join me this morning.
Thank you for asking me.
You have contributed so much to the quality of life down here, and most people don't know who you are. Just one of the many unsung heroes in Santa Clara County, particularly those that work in the park. And before you retired, I wanted to make sure that people knew of what you've contributed.
We have a great team
to the entire system. And again, if people are interested in working at some point for the park, either the summer or permanently, I know there are a lot of jobs that can be available. So again, if you want more information on Santa Clara County Parks and Recreation Department, visit parkhere.org, on Facebook at Santa Clara County Parks. All right, everyone, we'll see you on the trails. Bye-bye.